You may be wondering where you are. Let me recollect your memory. You were on your way home when you died. It was a car accident. Nothing particularly remarkable, but very fatal nonetheless. You left behind a wife and two children. It was a painless death. The EMTs tried their best to save you, but your body was so utterly shattered you were better off announced death. And that's when you met me. What what happened? Where am I? This odd-looking being answers, "You died." No point in menacing words. There was a truck and it was skidding. I died? You ask. Yep, but don't feel bad about it. Everyone dies. What is this place? Is this the afterlife? More or less. Are you God? Yes, I am what you call God. I am God. My kids, my wife, what about them? Will they be alright? That's what I like to see. You just died and your main concern is for your family. That's good stuff right there. You wonder, he doesn't look like God. He just looks like some man, or possibly a woman, some vague authority figure, maybe? Or maybe a grammar school teacher than the Almighty. As you are wondering to yourself, this figure assures you by saying, "Don't worry, they will be fine. Your kids will remember you as perfect in every way. They don't have time to grow contempt for you. Your wife will cry on the outside, but will be secretly relieved. To be fair, your marriage was falling apart. If it's any consolation, she will feel very guilty for feeling relieved." Oh, as you start to get very confused, so you ask, "What happens now? Do I go to heaven or hell or something?" Neither. You'll be reincarnated. Ah, so the Hindus were right. All religions are right in their own way. Walk with me. You follow this figure as you ask, "Where are we going?" Nowhere in particular. It's just nice to walk while we speak. So, what's the point then? When I get reborn, I'll just be a blank slate, right? A baby, so all my experiences and everything I did in this life won't matter? Not so. You have within you all the knowledge and experience of all your past lives. You just don't remember them right now. Your soul is more magnificent, beautiful, and gigantic than you can possibly imagine. A human mind can only contain a tiny fraction of what you are. It's like sticking your finger in a glass of water to see if it's hot or cold. You put a tiny part of yourself into the vessel, and when you bring it back out, you've gained all the experiences it had. You've been a human for the last 48 years, so you haven't stretched out yet and felt the rest of your immense consciousness. If we hung out here for long enough, you would remember everything, but there is no point to doing that between each life. So you ask, how many times have I been reincarnated then? Oh, lots. Lots and lots. And to lots of different lives. This time around, you'll be a Chinese peasant girl in 540 AD. Wait, what? You're sending me back in time? Well, I guess technically. Time as you know it only exists in your universe. Things are different where I come from. Where you come from? Oh, sure, this figure explains. I come from somewhere. Somewhere else. And there are others like me. I know you'll want to know what it's like there, but honestly, you wouldn't understand. Oh, a little let down, you ask. But wait, if I get reincarnated to other places in time, I could have interacted with myself at some point. Sure, happens all the time. And with both lives only aware of their own lifespan, you don't even know it's happening. So, what's the point of all this? With an odd look, the figure responds, "Seriously?" I asked, "Seriously? You're asking me for the meaning of life? Isn't that a little stereotypical?" "Well, it's a reasonable question," you persist. This almighty being looks directly at you and says, "The meaning of life, the reason I made this whole universe is for you to mature." "You mean mankind? You want us to mature?" "No, just you. I made this whole universe for you. With each new life you grow and mature and become a larger and greater intellect." "Just me? What about everyone else?" you ask confusingly. Uh, there is no one else. In this universe, there's just you and me. But all the people on Earth, all you, the figure responds. Different incarnations of you, actually. Wait, everyone? You're really confused and surprised at this point. Then the figure says, "Now you're getting it. Every human being who ever lived or who will ever live. Abraham Lincoln," you ask. "And you're John Wilkes Booth," he says. Hitler, and you're the millions he killed. Jesus, and you're everyone who followed him." You fall silent as you're utterly shaken and frozen. Then this being says, "Every time you victimized someone, you're victimizing yourself. Every act of kindness you've done to yourself. Every happy and sad moment ever experienced by any human was or will be experienced by you." You start to wonder as you hear these words. Then you ask, "Why? Why do all this?" "Because someday you will become like me, because that's what you are. You're one of my kind. You're my child." "Whoa," you respond incredulously. "You mean I'm a god?" "No, not yet. You're similar to a fetus. You're still growing. Once you've lived every human life throughout all time, you'll have grown enough to be born." "So the whole universe, it's just," he interrupts, "an egg?" Then the Almighty does a swerving motion, and you start to pass out after hearing him say, "Now it's time for you to move on to your next life."